Wade got his ass handed to him this year. I mean, he really did.
They don't know what's wrong, but there's a ton of blood in his throat. His vocal cords are hemorrhaging.
I knew he was scared because he would say, "Don't tell Mom."
Wasn't in tune. That if you asked most people about me, they'd probably say, "Yeah, Wade has his shit together. He's a good guy." The hardest part is that I don't always, you know. When I was growing up, I thought my dream to be a, country music star. As a kid, I thought you had to move to Nashville, wait tables, kiss ass, and wait your turn to get your shot, right? And then I saw Robert Earl Keen play when I was in college and completely changed that whole perspective for me. I had a dream I was a riverboat captain on the Brazos Queen. And I remember leaving that show going, I'm gonna go start a band right now, even though I could hardly play guitar or didn't have hardly any songs. I thought I was doing the right thing by doing what my heroes were doing, going out and playing gigs. And that's how I learned to play music and learned to build a career. And I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Wade's just passion for music and the live performance itself. He could care less if there was one person in the crowd. If that one person is listening, that's what matters to him. That's a dream gig for a guitar player, back somebody that has that passion.
And man, I've been with him for 11 years now. I mean, what can I say? He's the best dude I've ever worked for.
So every time Wade releases a record, people are waiting for it because it takes about 3 years for him to make a record. And when he puts one out, it's always very unique sonically.
Wade's latest record, Solid Ground, is just amazing. It's great.
Best group of songs that Wade's ever written.
I said, I've loved everything you've done. And this is like the best thing I've heard. I write about the hard stuff to write about, and I pride myself on that. I'm not a man in desperation. I'm just a man who can't forget.
Wade as a songwriter, to me, is a very introspective songwriter. He writes about real life. There's things he's put on albums that really open the window into his soul, into his family's life, into tough things that he's gone through.
I think that this is his best songwriting, most personal. That's how you gain fans and trust, and it's because you let your guard down and open your heart. Sometimes I wonder if I'll bow. It's all that's keeping you here now. My anchor, just a rock you drag around. Oh, drag around.
Sometimes we'll get done with a song and it is silent because Wade writes a lot of sad music,
So it's not always the crowd wants to hear something like that. And I get it. Most people want to come to a show and get away from shit like this. I hadn't had a new record in 3 years. We were experiencing a little success. I was glad to see people excited that I had some new music out. We just worked and worked and worked from the end of 2017 all the way through the release. So I had 0 days off. I noticed then that my voice was not normal to me.
I don't think any of us really thought anything of it until he started telling us, man, I think something really is wrong.
He was scared, and the next day we hopped on a plane to visit the Nashville Voice Clinic.
She just said, "You're done. You need to shut down for 3 weeks." She referred me to Dr. Blake Simpson in San Antonio.
They told him that they don't know what's wrong, but there's a ton of blood in his throat. His vocal cords are hemorrhaging. He just has to stop.
I knew he was scared because he would say, "Don't tell Mom." And that was always kind of when we would talk, we didn't want to worry our mom.
What was weird about the whole thing at first was that they didn't just say, "You're done for 3 months. That would have been easier.
And they said, "Okay, we're just going to cancel. We're going to make you cancel stuff a week at a time."
We were kind of like, okay, he's going to go into the doctor. Maybe we will do next week at Billy Bob's. And then that didn't happen.
So that was the hardest part, going to my guys and going to my team, and everyone kept asking me, "Are we going to go back on the road this 2 weeks, or what's this?" And I kept having to tell everybody, "I don't know what's going on, guys, and I completely respect if you have to go find somewhere else to play." And that's pretty hard. I mean, Caleb's been with me for 10 years, and most of those guys have been with me for a long time. So it was scary. It was scary shit.
We were on the brink of bankrupting Bowen Touring, his touring company. We have no money coming in, and he wants to pay his people.
Even though he didn't have any dough coming in from shows or anything, he still made sure that we were all taken care of, which is, you tell him, you don't have to do this, man. You don't have to. And he's just like, yeah, I do.
Your biggest fear is losing your voice, not being able to do your job. Hell, just not even be able to ever sing again. I mean, that is absolute nightmare. I just sent a text out and said, look, I'm gonna pledge, a percentage of gross not to exceed this number. I'm gonna give it to Wade, and we're gonna keep him floating. And every single person on that thread came through and did the same thing.
When you're really, really at your lowest point, I'm shocked at how many really, really good friends I have. And I will spend the rest of my life paying them back for everything, for the love and support that they've given us. It's unbelievable. The 3-hour surgery, luckily he didn't have to cut me. He used a laser. The process started finally getting better after that.
I think the warm-ups are helping. I think he's taking care of his voice better. And I really think he's singing the best he's ever sang.
Call came in this morning like a thief in the night. It turned dark as hell there in the sun sweet light.
Chase was Wade and I's nephew, my older sister Tracy's son.
I knew Chase for 12, 14 years. I never once knew Wade was his uncle, because he never once boasted about that,
He was our stage manager and monitor engineer.
He's like, "Hey, you want to come work with my Uncle Wade?" And I remember saying this, like, "Who's your Uncle Wade?"
He wanted to start doing the music business because of Wade.
We loved going to Wade's shows because we could see Wade and we could see Chase, and we loved watching him work.
He manned the controls behind the soundboard for our monitor mixes, guitar teching, and bartender sometimes.
He was, a band member, a crew guy, but more importantly, a great friend and family to us.
You love Chase because Chase had such a big personality, crazy personality. Everybody loved you.
One of the most happy-go-lucky guys I believe I've ever met.
Chase was, hands down the funniest guy I've ever met. He made us laugh.
It hit me hard, but I ain't felt it yet. Kinda like a summer storm that you just don't expect.
So Chase had just moved to New Braunfels. He wasn't getting out a whole lot just because the new baby, the wife, getting settled in. So anytime he would call me to go, have a drink, I made a point. It's like, okay, let's go.
He sent us a text really late at night. He said, "Happy Father's Day," and sent a little funny meme.
And, that the one night that he texted me to go to Billy's, I met just some random friend's house. And I was like, I think I'm going to stay here tonight.
Then in the morning, when I was at church, Wade sent a text saying, "Has anybody seen Chase?" I knew something was up. It didn't feel right.
It's crazy how fast the faith, Lord, lose its hope. Hell, the cigarette I'm holding ain't half smoked.
I heard the news because unfortunately it was Father's Day.
His first thing he said to me in the text was, "I don't know how to tell the guys."
And we had the band meeting on a group call, and Wade broke the news to us.
I mean, if you could just heard it.
Everything is different. Everything has changed. I must have been a fool to think that things stayed the same.
Tragedy has never been in our family or part of our family, so it's I didn't believe it. I knew they were wrong. I knew that, there's no way.
I don't ever want to hear this song again, 'cause you were here when it first began.
Slam on the brakes. You can't perform live anymore. You can't do TV shows. You can't do radio interviews. You can't do anything. 2 months after that, while you still can't do anything, one of your own beloved relatives and crewmates kills himself.
It's just the worst thing you could possibly do to another human being, in my opinion. To leave us with nothing and so many whys. That's been really difficult for me to deal with those emotions that I don't know what the hell they are. I don't know how to deal with them. I don't know how to fix them,
Call came in this morning like a thief in the night, and it turned dark as hell there in the sun's sweet light.
I'm actually still in the mad stage. I want to jerk him up and slug him, because we miss him so much, and he was such an important part of our family and an important part of the band.
Maybe that was the only way he thought he could get out. I don't know.
The guys have had some moments, bringing him up on the road, and I've had some pretty big breakdowns talking about him, and I know why they're doing it, and I'm glad they do it. I hope they always do. I hope they always talk about him. He meant a lot to us. He was a good friend.
A few more tears to cry. Then we closed the lid and we gave him one last ride. Then we laid him in the ground, headed back to town.
I mean, Wade got his ass handed to him this year. I mean, he really did, Releasing a record, having to take 3 months off, and you ramp up for a record, and then you're expecting to ride the wave after, and that didn't happen.
Preacher cleared his throat and then he said, everybody bow your heads, and just like that, everything is blessed. So here's to death, died in deviled eggs.
I wrote this with John Randall. I always say it's a happy song about funerals, but in reality, it's a really cool song about life.
And I'm really proud to say that this is the #1 song in the state of Texas right now, and it makes me feel good
Makes me feel good that a song that's slow and sad is the number one song. This song means a lot to us, our band, our family. And there's something about when times are good or times are bad, something about deviled eggs that just make everything seem to be better. So.
Wade's kind of like the glue. He's the glue to his family, and he's also the glue to so many of the rest of our relationships and friendships.
Just like that, everything's blessed. Yeah, just like that, everything's blessed.
It comes with a lot of responsibility, too.
But he's always been like this, the rock. He's always been the solid support group for this whole outfit. And for his whole family, it seems like he is the solid ground. That's kind of funny.
Oh, and here's the dying, gotta love them deviled eggs.
But just deal with it best I can, you know, and try to act like it's all good to the band and crew and everybody, and just try to be the rock. But it's hard to always be that. And I think that if you asked most people about me, they'd probably say, yeah, Wade has his shit together. He's a good guy. The hardest part is that I don't always, you know. And since all this has happened, it's just made it more difficult. I know I'll come out on the other side of this a better musician and a better singer and songwriter and, you know, dad and everything, hopefully. That's the only choice, because you can either be better from this stuff or you can be worse off for it, right? So I choose to be better for it. I just don't know how yet, but I'll get there.